Hey, Matthew, let's go ahead and take a look. So, where are we here? I was looking at your inquiry. Let me just bring this over. So, I don't know what you mean about the stripes. Okay, good. I'm glad you understand that. That's a really very important. I'll be honest with you, Matt. Most design students tend to overdo things. It's not till later on in really in your student career, and probably really for a lot of designers, not until they actually enter the field where they realize that you don't have to fill everything with design elements. Negative space is a wonderful thing. And restraint in design is also a wonderful thing. So I'm really glad you understand that. Okay, so I want to talk about the letterhead and the business and the but what was it? Oh, letterhead and the resume. Okay, so right now you've got the letterhead, okay, and then the resume is assembled on something other than the letterhead, right? Because as we see, the little contact information bar at the bottom is not here. So what you want to do is you want to assemble your letterhead. You want to design your letterhead, and then you can place your resume on your letterhead. All right, which means that basically what you want to do is come over here and design this piece. Okay, this is your letterhead. So a couple of recommendations here. You're fine. If you want to leave this bar down here, that's fine. I think it's fine. But we need to include in the letterhead your name, logo, of course, right there. The return mailing address has to go on the letterhead. And as I said before, not as part of the body copy, but as part of the letterhead itself. Okay, so that's a salutation that includes um, your return address, but it's not on the letterhead. So come a point in time where you're doing some freelance work and you want to use your letterhead as a invoice, you wouldn't have the contact information on there, right? You would have to add it. So let's add that the return address. So again, letterhead, name, logo, address, telephone, fax, cell number. I should say telephone, fax, and or your cell phone number. If you don't have a fax, of course, you don't leave it. Now, email address and your web page URL. Most of that you have right here. The only thing it looks like we don't have is the uh, bu- bu- the address. Okay. So I think it would be interesting for you to assemble that as such. Now, we've got a couple of different things going on here. We can see that here and here we've got two different versions of the logo. And that's okay. That's called a lockup. But that's not for situations within branding. Branding, you want the logo to really be identical. Lockups are for different situations where you may not have ample space to present a horizontal logo. Do you see what I'm saying? So in this case, if you're using a resume and a letterhead, but both have two different logos, so that's problematic. My recommendation is to design your letterhead using this formula here. Either use the bottom bar and add your mailing address. I don't know how you're going to do that, but try to figure out how you're going to get that mailing address in there. And then I would reduce this. I would really reduce the size of the logo is too big in relationship to your name. Watch my cursor, something like this. I think would be much better. Okay, and then you'll take that and place it right up here. All right, so that is your letterhead, right? You have your logo, your name, then down here you have your contact information. The other option is to follow this format where you have the stacked logo. But again, I think the mark might be a little bit too large for the type. Or actually, it's not. It's okay, but the logo itself is a little too large. And the reason I say that is because you're taking up almost, boy, when you take a look at it, it's almost a quarter of the page for the logo. Watch my cursor, something like this. Okay, then you can assemble your contact information over here, but this really should be reduced as well in size. This is pretty large type. I'm not sure what the type size is there. But okay, let's go to the bookmark. So the bookmark, I tell you, the one thing with the bookmark is that it's when we take a look at the bookmark along with the letterhead. Okay, so there's the letterhead. Um, let's look at your business card. Okay, where did we go? Where did we go? Okay, so the business card has the white background, but the leave behind has a blue background. So to remain consistent there, I would recommend that we assemble a white background with the bookmark. Now, I want to show you something here. Right now, these are oriented like this. The logo is on its side if we read the book like this, and that's probably not a great situation to be in. And then the logo is not on the back of the bookmark as well. So what I would do is I would do this. I would assemble the logo right here, and then this is for the front and the back of the bookmark. The logo is right here, okay, and then set up this area right here for your type. I would use a white background with blue type. Okay, I know I really thought about this actually before I set this thing up. I know before I said it's kind of cool that you have this lockup for this version of logo, which is cool, definitely. But the more I look at your suite, the more I see we need consistency with a white background. So again, so both sides, front, back. I don't recommend center aligning and centering your contact information. I would left align it. So again, front of the bookmark, logo right here, and then that quote right there. Back of the bookmark, logo right there, and then assemble your type. Make sure you're using the same size of text box for your information, or at least it starts in the same spot in the bookmark. Okay, I hope my comments make sense. I know I just threw a lot at you, but yeah. So just think about this, where we're going from here. Now, I'm not real sure if I mentioned this in the my previous review, but if you look at your business card, so this is front and back of the business card, right? So you have two different logos on the front and the back of the business card. And again, the more I think about it, the more that might be considered to be, that's not as consistent as it could be. Though it's great to have a lockup, but in your business card, you want to be identical in the presentation of your logo. Okay, hope I'm being clear. I really do. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarification. Great work so far, Matthew. Thank you very much.